All right, welcome to my part 2 video of my Kmart scam experience. If you didn't see the first part of this video, check it out over here. So what happened in the previous video at the end was that I had received a package with two of those electromagnets, and then the following day I got another package of 2 electromagnets. They were the same wrong ones. They still didn't, they weren't what I ordered, but I ordered 3 from this company, and so now I have 4. And then the following day, I got another package. And this one wasn't in an Amazon bag, it had 1 in here. And so that was 5 that I've received. I've ordered 3. I can't count on my fingers. And I've paid for 6. So I'm thinking, this is the stupidest experience I've ever had online. And it really was. And what's weird is that all of these packages came from different from addresses. This one has, it's online seller, and it has, literally a street number and an address, not an office or a building or anything. It's just, I should look these up online and find out where they are. They look like they're just coming from someone's house, from a personal address. And so the other thing that's weird about that is that inside the bag, there's a gift receipt. It's odd that there's a gift receipt in the bag. And so there's a gift receipt here, and the gift receipt shows that the part number is wrong. So what's in the bag matches what's on here. So whoever mailed this mailed the correct thing, even though it wasn't what I ordered. But they also include a gift note that says, by the way, this item is a gift for my company colleague. Please do not include any invoice or packing slip from. I don't know the exact meaning of that, but what it sounds like they're saying is don't include any return address or let anyone know who this is from. And that's really weird, because this is supposed to be coming from someone selling something online. So they're trying to hide where this is coming from. And so two of the boxes had that same note, exact same grammar, exact same wrong grammar. And so this is where I'm thinking, okay, this is a big scam, and it's going to be a big mess to clean up, and who knows if I'm gonna get my money back. And so I go to Kmart, their website again, try to find how to return these or contact. I kept trying to find a way to contact people or someone to figure out how to work this out. And so I kept trying the contact form, wouldn't work. And so finally I found a little section in the website that describes what I actually was buying on. I wasn't actually buying something from Kmart like I thought I was. I was buying something from Kmart Marketplace, which is a little bit like Amazon when Kmart allows other people to sell things on the Kmart web page or environment. And so I wasn't buying something from Kmart, I was buying something from a third-party seller. And so I thought, maybe I can figure out who this third-party seller is and contact them, because there's got to be a human being somewhere at the end of the line here. And so I dug around for a long time trying to find it, and I finally found a contact form that says, there's a little tiny link with 2 words. It said contact seller, and and all these pages of things that were describing their return policy and how great it was, 30-day money back guarantee, blah blah blah. All of that is nonsense. And so I clicked the contact seller link to try and contact them, and the web page comes up as web page error, sorry, there's a problem on our end, this can't, request can't be completed. And so that was like the cherry on top of the experience there. And so a few more days going by, I'm trying, and I tried that link again, and I got it to work. It said, your message had been sent. And my message was basically, hey, I ordered, this part, and you sent me the wrong part. I'd like a refund or the correct parts. And I got a reply back, later that day. It was just a few hours back. And the reply basically said, I'll put a little link to the message that says, hey, we really, we appreciate your question, but are you just now realizing that you got the wrong parts 2.5 weeks after they've arrived or they were shipped? And I'm thinking to myself, what a jerk. You know, they lied to me on when the parts, the tracking info. So I've only had them for a week at most, probably a little less than that. Sent me fake tracking numbers, and then they're telling me I waited too long to complain to them. And so I'm pissed a little bit. Not as much as I'm gonna be, as time goes on, as you'll see. But and so I replied, nicely, hey, I only got these a week ago, and tracking number was wrong, and it's taken me forever to figure out how to contact you guys. And so their reply was, okay, well, you can initiate a return through Sears. I'm thinking, why Sears? I finally realized that Sears and Kmart were one company, and so I guess Sears owns Kmart, and so they had no idea Kmart wasn't even in the equation. They're selling something through Sears Marketplace, which is related to Kmart Marketplace. Who would have known? I didn't know any. The other thing is, I realized in the middle of this, Kmart doesn't exist in stores anymore. There's no person associated with Kmart. Some company investors just bought the brand name, and they're running a website to sell stuff. You can't go into a Kmart anywhere. And so I didn't realize that. And if I would have, there's no way I would have touched anything buying on that website. And so finally, I kept using this chat form to contact this guy and tell him, hey, you sent me the wrong parts, and you're not giving me my money back. It's not my fault. And finally, the guy replied back with a okay, fine, with an exclamation mark at it. Like I'm troubling him for, or he's doing me a favor by helping me out here, even though it's his problem, And so there's a little link to that message. I'll show it. And so he said, his reply is, okay, initiate a return with, Sears, and we'll send you return labels, and you send the stuff back and you get a refund. So I went and tried that. I assumed that they would do something on their end to allow Kmart to refund me. And so I go to the Kmart's website and I try to refund. I click the, return this item, and it says, these items are ineligible for return. No other links you can click or argue with them or do anything. It said, sorry, you cannot return these. And so I go back to the guy again. I said, hey, Kmart says I'm not allowed to return them, and I can't return them. And his reply is, sorry, you have to do it that way. We just sell things online. We can't initiate the return for you. And I'm thinking, these guys have got a really good scam going on. They don't even have to send the right stuff. They just ship anything they want out, and as long as you get something and they have a little tracking number, they can prove they sent it. They got their money, and you have no recourse. And so eventually, I kept digging, because I'm using this web form on Kmart, and I thought there's got to be a better way, because the Kmart form has a little link that you can click to attach images, but I noticed anytime I had to add an image to show here's my receipt and here's what I purchased and what I got, it would just fail. And so I kept digging around, and I found the name of the company. It was BitShop USA is the name of the company. And I found an email address, and it was a Gmail address, which is another red flag that you should, a company with just a Gmail address as their only contact info is probably bad news. And so I found that email, and I sent an email with a picture of my receipt and what I ordered and what I got. And they were pretty nice. They said, yeah, we'll help you return it. Send us, I forget what they said. They said, send us the, they had some questions back and forth. And I think they even said something about emailing initiating the return with Kmart. But they said, finally, after complaining and saying a whole bunch of, basically I complained a lot. They said, all right, we'll send you some return labels, and you mail the stuff back to us, and we'll give you a full refund. I thought, awesome, cool, this is gonna work out okay. And so, but their email said, it was a little weird. It said, we're gonna send you 3 address labels, and make sure you pay attention to the instructions we give you for what to put in those labels, otherwise it's going to affect your refund amount. And I'm thinking, dude, this is not my fault. You sent me wrong junk. I paid for this and you sent me that. There should be no, you're not doing me a favor here. This is on your obligation to give me my money back, So they're acting like they're gonna, out of the goodness of their heart, they're doing this for me by allowing me to return the junk that they sent. And so I agree. And what's even weirder is these return labels are just as weird as the, the stuff that came in. They didn't go back to the same place that sent them. They're going back, they call them their warehouses, but actually the addresses that they're going to are just, they're listed as just some guy's house in California and Texas and New York and stuff. There's 3 different places. And one was UPS, one was FedEx, and I think 2 were UPS. And so the names were really weird, really weird. And one of them was even weirder because it had my return, the from person, it had my address in Knoxville, Tennessee, and it had some other dude's name. I don't remember the name because I shipped them out. So that was super sketchy. It's all very, very clear to me that they did not want people to know where things were coming and going from. And so if you're trying to be accurate in what you're shipping stuff to people, I can imagine that's going to be a problem, and it's obviously true. And so I just sent these 3 packages back. I was super careful about which one, how many to put in one and how many to put in the other. And a couple days later, they said they got the items and they were going to issue a full refund. I thought, awesome, this is going to work out. And then a couple days later after that, I got an email from Kmart, 2 emails from Kmart. One saying, your items have been received and we've issued you a full refund. And the second one said the same thing, except the second email didn't have the full amount. It had only returned 2. So the one email had returned 3 and the other had returned 2. And you can kind of see where I'm going with that. So I returned 5. I ordered 3. They billed me for 6. I can't count on my fingers, obviously, but they billed me for 6 and they shipped me 5. And so they only refunded me for the 5 that I actually got, even though they charged me for 6. And so I sent a really nasty gram email back saying, what's going on? This is not fair. And so there was a bunch of back and forth. Essentially, their reply is, Kmart only paid us for 5 of those. And so we can only refund you for the 5 that we were paid for. And I'm thinking, I can't say the word that I'm thinking, but that is not cool. So what I think was going on, I was really, really angry, and I wasn't originally going to mention these people because I thought maybe they were just an innocent bystander in the Kmart world of working and stuff. But I'm super convinced that what happened was when I was looking for these magnets online, I found 3 all over the internet. I dug around everywhere. There was 3 on Amazon, and I bought those 3. And right after I bought those 3, I happened to come across a link on this Kmart Marketplace ad, just by digging around a little bit more. But the same ad, the exact same picture, same description, same everything. It was almost like, and I'm convinced this is what was happening, is this Bitch Shop USA, they're going on Amazon and they're lifting ads for things from Amazon and putting them on their website for Kmart Marketplace or Sears Marketplace, whatever it is, and they're offering things for sale. And so what happened was I bought the ones from Amazon, so they're no longer available for Bitch Shop to buy from Amazon and then ship to me. And so rather than telling me that and just refunding my money, they just went and bought some other stuff that was similar, similar magnets, and shipped them to me, hoping that, it'd be all right. It looks like the same thing. And so the other problem is that's the reason they were charging so much more, is because they're buying it from Amazon at the cheaper price and then just drop shipping it to me for doubling the money. That's why they were $25 instead of 15. And so that was sketchy too. And on top of that, all of the hassle I had to go to get my money back, they were acting like they were doing me a favor and they had nothing. They had no problem. They should have said, "We're really sorry. We messed up. We'll give you your money back and we'll figure it out. We'll take here, just ship us all of the parts into one return address and we will, get them back to where they need to go and we'll do that stuff. We're really sorry." That would have been okay with me. I would have been happy with that. All they had to do was do that. And so I'm convinced that both Kmart and this Bitch Shop USA or Tech Shop, whatever it is, they're both crooks. I can prove it. And so technically my credit card company is still out $25, assuming they paid for it. What I think maybe even happened related to that is that my dispute was happened in the middle of this, and the credit card company accepted the dispute from Kmart, because Kmart's the one that processed the credit card transaction. And so I'm wondering if, because I disputed it, that they didn't pay this bit shop place all of the money that they were given, and so that's why they couldn't get a refund, or why, assuming they were being honest when they say that they only got paid for 5. As you can see, the rose is done. It went great in the show and worked great. If you want to see how I built that, take a look at this video here. I'll put up a link to that, and check it out. It's a pretty fun project. Enjoyed it, and it's a lot of fun. So hopefully I'll be back in the garage very, very soon.